Welcome to Amanda's Parade and Parade Handmade. This week I'm not doing art, I think, unless I do a little bit tomorrow. It's already Thursday and I've had a few hiccups. One being I had an appointment on Tuesday. Went all the way to Galway from Mayo and realised I was in the wrong place. At the right time and everything, in the right spot, but in the wrong building, in the wrong town. I won't go further into that. But suffice to say that the day went ahead in Galway and we did what we were intending to do and came back. So that was Tuesday and it kind of threw me. So now we're back in action and I thought I'd get into art this week. I kind of promised myself. I totally promised myself. It's a very sunny day here, by the way, so the light is coming in and out and I don't have my tripod up and my lighting, so I might get some up for later. I had a few other things to organise, so I couldn't settle to painting and doing all my art things that I wanted to do. I don't feel totally inspired anyway. I was feeling a bit pressurized for some reason. So I have had a few little victories anyhow. I have handmade cards, beautiful ones, luxury ones that I really put a lot of effort into. And I say beautiful, I had little packs of little greetings on them and little sachets of stickers to choose your greeting. And I really put a lot of effort in. But I had them there in a box waiting. I've uploaded them and everything, they're listed, the whole thing, but I haven't actually wrapped them. I like to wrap them in tissue paper. So this was a job waiting, and every time I'd have an order, I have to kind of slow down and do the little bit of wrapping in tissue paper and the little tags and everything. And this is very time consuming. So I decided I really needed to get them and do them. So I have a couple of batches done. And what else is coming up? With cards, I did a little bit of Shopify manipulation. It was one of the apps. I had a little bit of trouble there, so I decided I'd invest a bit of time in that. So that's what I was doing this morning. That was the search bar, rapid search, which is great. It's just I had it configured a little bit iffy wise. And because it was in relation to a customer, I got in there this morning, and even though I had contacted support and they had got on to me, which was fantastic, this was rapid search support, one of the apps for Shopify. I actually had the time this morning to figure it out for myself. So I did that and then get back onto them and said I sorted it, and they were delighted as well. And all is good. And I'll show you my cards now in a few minutes, or just the process of the wrapping as well, and just show you what I get up to. I thought I'd mention as well in relation to Shopify. Yesterday was Wednesday. I thought I'd get into painting, but I knew I needed to do a second blog for the month at least. But if I get 2 done every month, I'm moving in the right direction, and I really try my very best to make sure I do. So this time the second one was, it's only around the 20th, 21st, 2nd was 20th the other day. And I thought, okay, try and get your second one done earlier. You might even get a third one in. I actually spent a good lot of yesterday morning doing that. I'd like to be able to get them done quicker, but I'm not always in that kind of form. I was really in the arty form yesterday. It's really hard. I find it very hard to kind of bounce between the two. I don't know about you, but to kind of mix creativity with admin and to kind of move back into one. I do it, but I don't always do it with grace. Grace, shall we say. So the thing was, got into the blog and I had planned it all out based on the recent course that I've done to improve blogging. But I decided that the topic wasn't interesting enough for me or for the public. And I just thought, you know what, leave it. Pick out another topic more relevant. So the topic I chose was niching down. What is a niche? Niching down, what it's all about. And I have a link there as well for further information. And just to mention that I'm conscious of it as well, because I want to niche down. I always expected niching down was, finding your spot, finding your right spot. Grand, it is. But I found out a little bit more in my searches lately, and I just found it I just thought I'd want to say there's a few points there that I felt I need to put it across because it really helped me. So I'll put the link there in the blog as well, or in the description, and have a little look there. So that's what took up my time on Wednesday. I didn't really have a lot of time then after that, the energy. So I stayed on admin and I carried on tidying up the site and that. And then I had the query with the customer and all of the whole thing with the search bar. And then today I was back into that. And now I'm tidying up the card. So you can see my time is kind of eaten up and all that. And I suppose there's no chance of feeling creative amongst all that. So that's fine. I have to tell myself it's fine, because I don't like when I'm not getting things done the way I want them done. But I have to kind of cool my heels a little bit. So I'll chat to you anon. Hi, I thought I'd attempt to show you just how the cards are done. I love Can you see this? You can. I love packaging the cards. I love the sound of the paper, and I love the little sticker with handmade on it. And just, I found paper stickers to put on the back there. It was to help me fold them quicker, because it does take a long time. And I know that that's, you know, a thing in business. You're not supposed to be doing things that take you way too much time. Find a quicker way. But sometimes I'm just very stubborn, and I want it the way I want it. So I like this, and it's not expensive, and it's not heavy on the environment, and it's pretty, and it's old-fashioned, and there's any amount of reasons why I'm going to try and continue to do this. This has a slippy side and plain side. I don't think anyone really would notice, but I notice the feel, the tactileness of it. So I'm going to continue to do this way. Now, I was wrapping these yesterday. They're my little cards. They got the little sachets of greetings inside that you can choose from. And these are my little luxury ones, and they all have little motifs and things on the back, little drawings, and just little touches like that. These all take time, but like, again, look at little paw, they're cutesy wootsies. Like that, I just can't help it. I just sometimes, so I just went all out on these, and these are a little bit more expensive because of the time consuming nature of the whole thing. But I am glad now. I had it all in a really good order yesterday, nice and tidy and kind of uniform, but without being crazy, because it is handmade, and once it's very neat and tidy and doing what it's supposed to do, it'll work out fine. Now, it's very tricky to do this. I'm going to get one of those really fancy doody arms overhead for holding the camera overhead, but at the moment this is the way I'm going about it. I've never really gone for going in and getting all the equipment until I was really comfortable with doing the basic whatever the thing was. So if you're getting into anything, guitar or baking or whatever, use what you've got. Well, you can't use air guitar really for learning guitar, but you know what I mean, the basic guitar. Don't go for anything too fancy, that kind of thing. So now, and then I have a little handmade sticker, which I do a little stamp, and I just write handmade in gold, and they are paper stickers, and I just put one of those on. And then I could leave it as so, and I think it's only quite pretty with the stickers now, and I used to use string, but I'm going to just use the string to show you. A little bit of string, can reuse it later. And on you go. I don't think I can. There you go. It's just a pretty little thing, and I'd love to get that. So little pleats on the paper. So now, as you see, I'm running out of my little stickers, so I just took the time. I have to just do it on the spur, because if I line up a lot of things to do, I just find it's overwhelming. So I just stamped out little hearts and on little paper stickers. Pen is running out. That's not good. So now I love to recycle. So we recycle bags from other shops. Try not to advertise the other shops too much. I really use this paper for packaging heavy things. So I'm just going to package an order for today. It's a horseshoe. It's funny, the horseshoes are hot at the moment. I'm expecting another lady with an order for a horseshoe today to get on to me. And they're recycled horseshoes. So some of this could be good in a cardboard box. But where's my little thingy? So here is the horseshoe. It's really gorgeous. It's recycled. They were worn. This is a heavy one, so this will be iron. And a little bit of leather thong there. So what I'll do is I'll pop it in, just kind of estimate the size. I think what I'll do is I'll make this, I'll make it for the one. Grand. Put it facing down. Now what I do with these is they always go with a little bit of folklore that's from Liffey Forge, where they're made in Dublin, in the forge there. And that's that. And then there's a little good look. That's a little bit of information that goes on the inside. So I am going to just, so we're back on track. So my little horseshoe in the center, I always like to put that in with it so the person doesn't miss out on that. And fold away. This is the inner packaging, so it's a little bit rustic, but people who like horseshoes usually like rustic as well. So like I say, we like to use minimal packaging and all that crack. Very important. So now I have that neatly packaged. This is the inner package again. I'm just keeping it together with a little piece of string. So this is the kind of the undergarment, so to speak. So that's going to be in the package with my little piece of information. Alrighty. This can go on the outside as well. And then I have, okay, the packaging information. Great. And then a little freebie, which is, this is a very good customer. So she has a little handmade card, a little thank you card. So that'll go in as well. And I'm going to make a little bundle of little cutesy little stickers, little sketches of teapot and a cup of tea and a few buns. And I'll just put those in to a little piece of tissue. So when I'm wrapping, I love to use tissue paper, as you already know. It's light, it's compostable. It feels luxury. It just feels like something special. I think it comes from looking at my mom's veil, or from her wedding when I used to see it in a box when I was a child, or the wedding album. It always had a little bit of tissue inside it, or that kind of precious things, christening gowns, that sort of thing. They're always wrapped in such beautiful acid-free paper, and I have always been in love with that. So that is what this is all about. So where's my little tag as well? I'll put that into. That's just to let them know exactly what that is. This side first. I like to put a little pleat in them too if I can. Sometimes the weighty ones are more tricky, to do that with. But when it's a heavy piece as well, I'll use a full piece of tissue if it's light, like for cards, and maybe a light handmade hat, or something precious like that. I'll just put one sheet on it, fold it, give it a few pleats, give it a little tiny bit of detail and padding, and then wrap it like this. So it's a nod to the Asian kind of wrapping, and they're so perfect at it, some of them, and so inspiring. But I kind of incorporated this into my wrapping a while ago. I'll probably invest in a bit of there. So now I hold on to little pieces of ribbon as well. Again, recycled ribbon, just to give things a little flair, a little bit of flair. I love the dainty and I love the decorative. And change the colour sometimes, I'm not strict. But this is a colour that belongs to us. It doesn't belong to us, but you know what I mean. And then the little handmade sticker. There's a lot to it really when you actually tease it all out. Little handmade sticker. So there you go, that's the little card, the little stickers, the little thingy. I'm going to fold put my little business card in the end there and fold it up just so it fits in with everything else. That's the packing slip, and that'll go in. Now this whole piece will now be, I won't say measured, but I want to have a nice little piece of card, backing card, in the envelope. I don't want to use plastic, the plastic bubbly thingies. Now if I do get them, I'll recycle them, but eventually I'd rather not deal with that kind of thing at all. My helper, my imaginary helper, is there beside me picking up all of my pieces that I put down. These are the days you're like, oh, on those days when I had nothing to do and I thought I had so much to do, why didn't I just take advantage? But you can't do that to yourself, sure you can't. So there, now that'll go in. I'll pop it in like this. I'm keeping the flat piece to the front so that I can put the address nicely. Stick it to the front of it. So that's there. I will fold it down as neatly as possible this direction. And I have this nice paper sticky tape as well that I'll use. I really like this. It's good and sturdy and easy to use. And that should protect that nicely. Now I'll do it on the other side as well, just a little bit, just to secure so nothing gets snagged in the post. You know the way things get hurtled around, there's so much going on in the post. Now, and I'll put the address here, stamp here, and off it will go. Yeah! So now I'm back in action. Post off to the post office. Brilliant. Delighted with that. Coffee had on the way home. Unusual, but I did it. Took a break. Sort of. Did a little bit of editing in the meanwhile. And posted a little thingy. But it was in a relaxed place in the hotel. Hotel Newport. And then had a little cappuccino and a tiniest bicky. Which was, that's it. I'm kind of on a health drive at the moment. And a health drive and a clearance drive as well. So, for example, I've cleared out this room, which is normally kept for, I do store some things in it and do a little bit of officey work in here, but it's really for a visitor. If my mom comes over or we have a sudden visitor, I don't like a house that doesn't have a spot for a person that comes. There's nowhere for them to go except for where the cat sleeps or where the cat lie in the daytime or whatever, and that's not great. So did all this, took away a bed that we had here. We're going to recycle it in the back garden, and I have a table here that I use, a big table that I have against the wall, and I'm going to use that as the base of the bed if someone comes. Yeah, that's great information. The other thing I just got done was lunch, and on top of that I have defleed or issued the flea stuff to 3 of the 4 cats, and I'm delighted because it makes me nervous. I get anxious when I'm doing it because they get anxious sometimes. It doesn't hurt them, but it's just because it's important and I need to get them done, and I don't want them to be able to lick it off and all that jazz. I know this is nothing to do with what's going on today, but it is for me. This is part of the day and it has to get done. So that's why I'm putting it in here, not because I just think everything I do is of interest. If you're running a little tiny business from home, you're going to come up against all this kind of thing. And I'm just showing you, I do it too. I do all that stuff, and anything I can squeeze into the day, I'll do it. And that's why I'm really trying my best to make sure I have little rests, which is what that little break was about in the hotel. So besides that, now I'm going to get on to do that jewellery repair for that lady. Take a shot and show her just the final thing. What do you think of this? Is this the way you want it? Great. And then I might string it up today or I might string it up tomorrow. I have to edit this video, and clearly I got no art done, but I'm very happy. That's me in a nutshell. Thank you for watching Amanda's Parade and Parade Handmade this week. Please like and subscribe if there's anything there that you would like to follow along with. And hopefully you're going to get your own projects done this week and everything's going to go fine. So good luck with your stuff. Bam, bam, bam. And good luck with my stuff. Bam, bam, bam. And see you next week. Bye.